There is a difference between being open and being vulnerable with the wrong person. In a world that glorifies authenticity, people are often encouraged to share everything about themselves without realizing the consequences. Not everyone you meet has earned the right to know your deepest fears and insecurities. Some will listen with genuine care, while others will use that information against you. The truth is, your insecurities are not meant to be freely handed over like a business card. They are pieces of you that should only be shared with those who have proven they will hold them with care. Trust is something that should be built, not given away freely. When you reveal your insecurities too soon, you are handing over emotional leverage. The wrong person can take what you've shared and twist it in ways you never expected. They can use it to manipulate you, make you doubt yourself, or control how you feel. Sometimes this happens in obvious ways, like bringing up your fears during arguments to weaken your confidence. Other times, it's subtle, like planting seeds of doubt in your mind, making you question your worth. When you keep certain insecurities to yourself, you protect your emotional well-being and ensure that your sense of self-worth is not placed in someone else's hands. There is power in selective vulnerability. You do not owe anyone access to your deepest struggles just because they show interest in your life. Real trust is built over time through consistent actions, not words. It's easy for someone to say they care, but it's their actions that reveal whether they truly do. When you take your time to observe how someone treats you before opening up, you give yourself the chance to determine whether they are a safe space. Rushing into deep conversations about your insecurities might feel like bonding, but true connection is built on mutual respect, not instant emotional exposure. Insecurities are sensitive because they are tied to personal experiences, past wounds, and fears that have shaped you. When you reveal them too soon, you risk being misunderstood or judged. People interpret things through their own lens, and not everyone will see you the way you see yourself. Some may dismiss your struggles as insignificant, while others may project their own issues onto you. Protecting your insecurities isn't about being closed off. It's about recognizing that not everyone deserves immediate access to the most fragile parts of you. Your emotions are valuable, and it's up to you to decide who gets to witness them. There is strength in keeping certain things private until you are sure of someone's intentions. Privacy is not secrecy. It's a form of self-respect. The strongest people are not the ones who share everything without hesitation, but the ones who know when to speak and when to stay silent. When you learn to trust yourself first, you don't seek validation from others to feel secure. You become your own source of confidence instead of looking for reassurance from someone who may or may not be able to provide it. Knowing that your worth does not depend on someone else's opinion is the key to emotional freedom. Not everyone you meet will handle your insecurities with care, and that is not a reflection of you, it's a reflection of them. Some people are simply not emotionally mature enough to support another person's struggles. Others may pretend to care at first, but reveal their true nature over time. This is why patience is so important when it comes to vulnerability. People show you who they are through their consistency, not through words spoken in the moment. If someone genuinely respects you, they will never rush you to open up before you're ready. They will allow trust to develop naturally instead of demanding instant access. The right people in your life will create a space where you feel safe without needing to prove anything. They will show you through actions, not just words, that they are reliable. Until that trust is built, it is perfectly okay to keep certain parts of yourself guarded. This doesn't mean shutting people out completely. It means being intentional about who you share your emotions with. A healthy relationship is not built on exposing every insecurity you have in the beginning. It's built on understanding, respect, and the ability to hold space for each other without judgment. Taking your time to reveal personal struggles is a form of self-care. It allows you to evaluate who genuinely cares for you versus who is simply curious about you. There is a huge difference between someone who wants to know your weaknesses to use them and someone who wants to understand you to support you. Rushing into deep conversations about your insecurities may feel like connection, but true intimacy is not about sharing everything at once. It's about slowly building trust through shared experiences, mutual respect, and a foundation of emotional safety. You owe yourself the patience to discern who is worthy of knowing your deepest fears. When you guard your insecurities, you are not being distant, you are being intentional. It is not a sign of distrust, it is a sign of wisdom. The strongest, most confident people understand that their emotional well-being is their responsibility. They do not look for someone else to fix their insecurities, nor do they allow others to define their self-worth. When you choose to protect your energy and be selective about who you open up to, you take control of your own emotional strength. The most powerful thing you can do is trust yourself first. Your self-worth does not depend on anyone else's ability to understand your insecurities. You are not defined by your fears, nor should they be used as a way to prove your trust in someone. Real connection comes from a place of strength, not from giving away the most fragile parts of yourself too soon. By protecting your emotions, you give yourself the space to grow, to build trust naturally, and to surround yourself with people who truly respect and value you. Dreams are powerful, but they are also fragile in the wrong hands. Not everyone deserves to know the details of your future plans, especially when they haven't proven they will support you. People love to give advice, but not all advice comes from a place of encouragement. Some will project their own fears onto you, filling your mind with doubt. Others may secretly hope you don't succeed because it makes them question their own ambition. Your goals should be protected like a seed in the ground, nurtured in silence until they are strong enough to grow in the open. Sharing your vision too soon can invite negativity you didn't ask for. Even people who seem well-meaning can unconsciously plant doubt in your mind. They'll ask, "Are you sure that's realistic? Or what if it doesn't work out?" And suddenly the confidence you once had starts to shake. When you talk too much about what you're going to do instead of focusing on actually doing it, you leave room for distraction. You start spending more energy explaining yourself to others instead of taking action. Success doesn't come from talking, it comes from doing. Some people will act supportive in the beginning, but change once they realize you are serious. As long as your goals remain ideas, they feel safe around you. But the moment they see you taking action, their energy shifts. They might downplay your achievements, make subtle, discouraging comments, or suddenly seem distant. This happens because your growth highlights their stagnation. When you move forward, it forces them to confront their own choices, and not everyone is ready to do that. The best way to avoid this energy is to move in silence and let your progress speak for itself. The more you talk about your plans, the more pressure you put on yourself. When you announce everything you're going to do, you create unnecessary expectations. If things don't happen exactly as planned, you may feel like you failed, even when you haven't. Progress isn't always linear, and sometimes you need the freedom to change directions without outside opinions weighing you down. Keeping your plans private allows you to adapt, pivot, and grow without feeling like you owe anyone an explanation. Silence gives you the space to focus without distractions. Not everyone will see your vision clearly, and that's okay. Some people need proof before they believe in something, but you don't. Your belief in yourself is enough. When you share your goals with the wrong people, you risk exposing yourself to opinions that don't align with your purpose. Doubt is contagious, and if you let too many voices in, you may start questioning yourself. Protecting your plans doesn't mean you don't trust others. It means you trust yourself more. You don't need validation to move forward. You need discipline and determination. There is something powerful about quiet progress. When you work behind the scenes, you eliminate distractions and external pressure. You stay focused on the process rather than seeking approval for every step. People may wonder what you're up to, but by the time they find out, your success will already be undeniable. Moving in silence is not about being secretive. It's about being strategic. It's about understanding that your energy is best spent on execution rather than explanation. When you focus on doing instead of proving, results become your loudest statement. The people who truly support you won't need constant updates to believe in you. They will respect your need to focus and trust that you are doing what's best for your future. The ones who demand explanations or make you feel guilty for keeping things to yourself are the ones to be cautious of. Real support doesn't come with conditions. It doesn't require you to prove anything before you're ready. The right people will celebrate your wins when the time comes, not pressure you to reveal everything before it's fully formed. Your future should be built with intention, not influenced by outside noise. When you limit how much you share, you maintain control over your own narrative. You don't allow outside opinions to shake your confidence or shift your focus. This doesn't mean you can't seek guidance from mentors or trusted individuals, but it does mean being selective. There is a difference between asking for wisdom and opening the door to unnecessary negativity. Choose wisely who gets to be part of your journey, and remember that not everyone needs to know your next move. Success is often met with resistance, especially from those who feel threatened by it. When you keep your goals to yourself, you eliminate unnecessary roadblocks. You don't give others the opportunity to impose their limitations on you. You don't waste time defending your dreams or convincing others to believe in them. Instead, you stay locked in on what matters, staying disciplined and showing up for yourself every single day. Growth happens in private long before it's seen in public. The most powerful moves are made in silence. The biggest transformations happen when no one is watching. The work you put in behind the scenes determines the results you achieve later. When you stay focused and disciplined without needing external validation, you build a level of confidence that no one can take away. Your future belongs to you, and it's up to you to protect it. Keep your plans close, move with intention, and let your results be the proof of everything you're capable of achieving. Money is one of the most personal aspects of life, yet too many people reveal their financial situation too soon. Whether struggling or thriving, discussing finances early on can shift the dynamics of a relationship in ways that may not be obvious at first. Some people see financial success as a threat, while others see financial struggle as an opportunity to take advantage. There is power in keeping your financial status private until trust has been built. When someone knows too much about your financial position too early, their behavior may change based on what they believe they can gain or avoid. Financial independence means having control over your own decisions without external influence. Protecting that independence requires being intentional about who has access to your financial reality. When someone learns that you are financially well off, they may start expecting more from you. It could be in the form of expensive gifts, covering bills, or always being the one to take responsibility for outings. If the wrong person senses financial stability, they may see it as an opportunity to benefit without contributing. This can create an imbalance where your generosity is taken for granted rather than appreciated. The more you give, the more they expect, and suddenly your financial success becomes a burden rather than a source of empowerment. Money should never be the foundation of a relationship, and when it becomes a factor too soon, the true intentions of a person can become unclear. On the other hand, if someone learns that you are struggling financially, it can lead to a different kind of imbalance. Some may see it as a weakness, assuming you are dependent on them or incapable of managing your own affairs. They may start making decisions for you under the guise of helping, but in reality, they are exerting control. Others may use it as an excuse to belittle you, subtly making you feel inferior because of their own financial position. Money should never define a person's worth, yet when finances are discussed too soon, it can create a dynamic where power is unevenly distributed. Finances are deeply personal, and financial independence is about more than just having money. It's about having control over how you earn, spend, and save. Revealing too much too soon can invite opinions and expectations that you never asked for. Some people believe they have the right to give unsolicited advice once they know your financial situation. They will tell you how to manage your money, what to invest in, or what lifestyle choices you should make. If you are not careful, these opinions can create doubt, making you second-guess decisions you were once confident about. Keeping your finances private gives you the space to make choices without unnecessary outside pressure. There is nothing wrong with discussing money when the timing is right, but rushing into it can shift the relationship's foundation before it's even fully built. Financial discussions should come naturally and at a point where trust and commitment have already been established. If someone is truly interested in you, they will value you for who you are rather than what you have or don't have. They will not need to know every detail about your bank account to determine your worth. Those who are quick to ask financial questions early on often have motives that go beyond genuine curiosity. Money can be a source of stress or security depending on how it is handled. The more people know about your financial situation, the more opinions and expectations they may place on you. If you are working toward financial goals, revealing too much can attract negativity or even resentment from those who are not as driven. Some may try to make you feel guilty for being ambitious, while others may subtly discourage you by planting seeds of doubt. Financial privacy allows you to stay focused on your goals without external distractions or interference. When finances become a central topic too soon, it can create unnecessary complications in a relationship. Money should be a tool that supports your life, not a measure of your value. Some people believe financial discussions determine compatibility, but in reality, true compatibility is built on shared values, respect, and understanding. Financial situations can change over time, but character remains constant. If someone only sees you through the lens of your financial status, they are not seeing the full picture of who you truly are. Keeping money conversations private protects you from being reduced to a number rather than a person. There is a sense of freedom in keeping financial matters private until the right time. It allows you to gauge a person's true intentions without the influence of money. The way someone treats you when they don't know your financial situation says a lot about who they really are. Some people only show respect when they believe there is financial gain involved, while others treat everyone the same regardless of status. By keeping finances private, you create space for a relationship to grow based on mutual connection rather than financial convenience. Money is important, but it should not define your relationships. When handled correctly, financial independence gives you the power to make decisions that align with your goals and values. It ensures that you are never in a position where someone else dictates your financial choices. Privacy allows you to maintain control over your financial journey without external pressures or expectations. When the time is right, financial discussions can happen in a way that feels natural and beneficial for both individuals involved. Until then, your finances are your business and no one else needs access to them. Choosing to keep financial matters private is not about secrecy. It's about self-respect. Money should never be the foundation of a relationship, nor should it be a tool for control. Whether you have a lot or a little, your financial status does not determine your worth. Protecting your independence means ensuring that no one has the ability to use money as a means of influence over you. When you are intentional about who you share financial details with, you create relationships that are based on genuine connection rather than financial dependency. Not every detail of your past needs to be shared, especially when trust has not yet been built. Your past experiences, mistakes, and struggles are a part of your journey, but they do not define who you are today. Some people may seem interested in your past out of curiosity, but not everyone will handle that information with care. The wrong person might use your history against you, twisting your past to manipulate or judge you. When you reveal too much too soon, you give others power over parts of your life that you have already outgrown. What you have been through is personal, and only those who have proven their loyalty and understanding deserve to hear the full story. There is a difference between honesty and oversharing. Being honest means being truthful when the time is right, while oversharing is giving away pieces of yourself before you know if someone is trustworthy. Some people will pretend to be understanding only to bring up your past later in arguments or difficult moments. They may use it as a way to guilt trip you, make you feel unworthy, or remind you of mistakes you have already learned from. When you keep certain details to yourself, you are not being dishonest. You are protecting your peace. You are choosing to move forward without allowing your past to be a weapon in someone else's hands. Your past should be something you control, not something others use to define you. Some people will never see beyond what you tell them, trapping you in an outdated version of yourself. They may make assumptions about who you are based on things that no longer apply to your life. Growth means evolving, learning, and becoming better, and not everyone will respect that transformation. When you are careful about what you share, you ensure that your story remains in your hands. You give yourself the freedom to be seen for who you are now rather than who you once were. Some people are not ready to handle the weight of your past, and that is not your responsibility. Not everyone has the emotional maturity to understand that mistakes and hardships are a part of life. Some will judge you without knowing the full picture, while others will see vulnerability as an opportunity to gain control. When someone truly cares about you, they will take the time to know you in the present rather than focusing on what is already past. They will respect your boundaries and allow you to open up at your own pace. Those who pressure you for details are often the ones who should not have access to them. Revealing everything too soon can create unnecessary challenges in a relationship. People process information through their own experiences, biases, and insecurities. What may be a lesson to you could be seen as a flaw by someone else. Some people do not have the capacity to separate who you were from who you are. They may assume that past mistakes define your future choices, or that past struggles are a reflection of your character. When you keep your past private until trust has been earned, you give yourself the space to be understood in the right way. Your story is not for entertainment or casual discussion. It is a reflection of everything you have overcome, and it should be shared with people who respect that. The right person will never need your past to justify your worth in the present. They will not ask intrusive questions or make you feel like you need to prove anything. Instead, they will focus on who you are today, allowing your actions and growth to speak louder than any past event. Trust should be built over time, not given away just because someone is curious. People who are genuinely interested in you will not rush to uncover every detail of your history. They will respect your silence and let the connection grow naturally. If someone pushes you to reveal more than you are comfortable with, that is a red flag. True relationships are based on trust, patience, and understanding, not interrogation or pressure. The right people will create a space where you feel safe to share at your own pace rather than feeling obligated to explain yourself. When someone is truly for you, they will focus on building a future with you rather than analyzing the past. Not everyone who asks about your past is looking to support you. Some people collect information to use later, either as a way to gain control or to satisfy their own insecurities. They may pretend to be understanding, only to change their behavior once they feel they have an advantage. Keeping your past private until trust is solid ensures that you are not handing over information to someone who will misuse it. Your history belongs to you, and sharing it should be a choice, not an expectation. When you set boundaries, You protect yourself from unnecessary emotional harm. The most powerful thing you can do is own your story while choosing who gets to hear it. You do not owe anyone a detailed account of every mistake, hardship, or challenge you have faced. Growth means knowing when to share and when to stay silent. It means recognizing that your past does not define your worth, and not everyone deserves to hear your deepest truths. When you take control of your narrative, you ensure that your past is a source of strength rather than a weakness. You give yourself permission to move forward without unnecessary judgment or limitation. Your past is a part of you, but it is not all that you are. The right people will respect that, allowing you to define yourself by your present and future rather than old stories. When you choose to keep certain details private, you are not hiding who you are protecting the most valuable parts of yourself. You have the right to decide when and with whom you share your journey. Your experiences, your lessons, and your growth are yours to own, and no one else has the right to demand them before you are ready.